What's good on YouTube? I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. This is Tiran Jackson. I'm getting ready to go live for a few minutes just to talk to the world about a resilient perspective. One of the things I'm looking to do a little bit more of this year. Let's see, move live. Yep, resilient perspective. Put live on there. What's good? Good people out there in the world. I see IG Live is coming live. I see my YouTube starting to get moving. And let me get TikTok going like I wanted to. Let's go live because I can go live now. So let's go live. Another Ask Me Anything. Let's see what's going on. It's Friday night. I got a couple of people on here on IG. I see Miss Shay on here, Charlotte Salone on here. Naked Truth, what's going on? Let's see YouTube. I got a couple of people on here. TikTok, I see it starting to load up and all. What's going on, beaches? How y'all doing? How's everybody doing on this Friday evening, Friday night? It is 8:30 in the east. I'm in the AATL right now in the dirty, dirty south where it's a bunch of snow. Where we up here trying to figure a couple of things out because we done had a snow day today, which is something that doesn't happen too often. But it's been a good day. It's been a good day. I've been able to make the most out of it, and I just wanted to get on here live for a few minutes. I said I'm going to start doing this more and more, just to talk a little bit, just to share a couple of things, and just to be able to give some insight as to what's going on in the world and what's going on in my life, what's going on from a resilient mindset and resilient perspective. So that's what I'm up here doing tonight. I am talking about um, my resilient perspective. And I want to thank everybody who is listening. I'm not going to be long tonight. I see you, Tabitha Simone. I see you on here this time. Look, I'm doing more of these live, so I want you to be able to check in with me. For my people on IG, feel free to ask questions. Feel free to chime in. I want to say what's up to you all. I want to speak to you. I want y'all to talk back. Let's have a little something interactive. To my people on YouTube, come on here. It's all good. And like I said, this is impromptu. This is something that I'm just thinking about, just wanting to do a little bit today, just to be able to get a couple of thoughts out there, get a couple of things on my mind, and be able to go ahead and enlighten the world with some of what I'm pondering. And anyway, what I wanted to talk about today, this is something right now I'm calling my resilient perspective. And what I mean by that is it's oh, hey Charlotte, how you doing? Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, you snowed in too. That's right. That's right. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about that a little bit because it depends on how you look at things, how how we evaluate what we're going to do in order to deal with when sometimes things change for us. Yeah, I remember at Morehouse. Yeah, I remember Charlotte. I remember. But anyway, like I said, I'm just going to be up here talking. I only want to be on here for about 10 minutes, but I wanted to share a couple of things that I have done, and one of the things that I realized in this time of being resilient, and like I said, I'm talking about first off those of us from the A. We have gotten snowed in today. So this has been a very unusual odd day. They shut everything down. The streets have been closed. Most people have been in the house taking pictures of about 4 inches of snow, something like that. Not too crazy, but down here it's something that we don't plan. Hey, what's going on, people on TikTok? I see you. I see you. Thank you for joining. YouTube, I see you as well. But anyway, I want to talk about that. What did you do to deal with the change that was coming with this day? Now we've got two major things I want to talk about that are happening in the world right now. The one in Atlanta has affected me. Yeah, everything has been quiet. I've been in the house all day, but I made something good out of that. And that's something that I am happy and proud of. My man Tom. Hey Tom, how's it going? It is so good to see you. We need to talk sometime soon. I do need to get some more copies of the book. And for those of you on IG, if you don't know who Tom Freeling is, he is the owner, founder, creator of Freeling Publishing, responsible for choosing resilience. All things work together for good. And if you are thinking of writing a book, creating a book, putting a book together, then that's the person to go to. I highly recommend them. And I think that's something that, if you got a story, if you got a message, if you got something you want to enlighten the world with, that's somebody who you should connect with. Um, Anyway, I see you in OKC. Okay, enjoying the snowy weather there too. So a lot of us are dealing with one or two things. One, like I said, here in Atlanta, we're fighting snow right now, and we don't know how to act with it. And then, of course, for the people out in California who are dealing with the forest fires right now, they are having to be find safety and hope and pray that things don't end up getting burnt and really losing everything that they have. And so that leads me to my topic of resiliency because I want to talk about how do we deal with tragedy, how do we deal with difficult things when they pop up, especially when it's unexpected, especially when we aren't planning for it, especially when we're not prepared for it. Because the reality of it is, we're rarely ever prepared for what's going on in the world when something bad happens to us. So um, I wanted to talk about how you cope with those things, but then I want to talk a little bit about, one of the things that I did today that I thought was important for me to do to prepare myself because not just for being resilient during times of extreme adversity, but what you also do with your time in order to build yourself. It's 2025, and I said this before. My word of the year is elevate. I want to be able to elevate and do more things, be on more stages speaking, be able to touch and empower others who are doing some great things in the world or who are really in positions where they're stuck and paralyzed and need a little guidance to get out of it. Some of the lessons and experiences that we've learned and that we've experienced can prepare us for what we're going to have to do in order to overcome. So I see you guys on IG. Good to be here. Good to see you guys. Miss Nurse Norwood, thank you for being a part. For my people on TikTok, Miss Tabitha Simone, I see you there. To everybody else on here, stay engaged. It's only going to be a few minutes tonight. I'm just going to talk about a couple of things. Like I said, keep your prayers and thoughts for those who are having to be displaced in California because of the fires that's going on there. Hopefully, they can get some resolution to that and be able to hopefully get back to living normal, or at least what they were used to normal being, sooner rather than later. And then, like I said, here in Atlanta, look, the snow's going to melt in 2 days. We're going to be all right, but that's no big deal. A lot of people had fun today. I had a little fun this morning, but I also did something productive. And it goes to one of the things I want to talk about when it comes to challenges, adversity, when things change and don't go as planned. What can you do? Well, I say you focus on what you can control. Focus on the things that you know you can do in the midst of things that aren't may not be ideal. And one of the questions that I ask myself, and I want others to ask themselves, when things aren't going as planned, and you find yourself having to deal with something that isn't what you wanted it to be, is ask yourself, what steps can I take today in order to move forward? And how can I focus on and really, really focus in on the present moment and the situation, circumstances, in order to improve what's happening in the future? And so, with this day to day for me, for what I had to deal with, look, like I said, the snow isn't a big deal, but I did something that I knew I needed to do in order for me to elevate. And I encourage others to take the time to do the same. I don't care what it is you're doing. I don't care what your profession is, where you are with your relationships, where you are in certain elements of your life. Sometimes you need to take that moment to assess not only where you are, but where those are who are where you want to be. I say this from time to time, success leaves clues. And what I did with my day, this was a good day for me to be able to focus on some research and some things that I know I needed to do. One of the things that I did today was do a lot of research on other speakers in this resilience, in this recovery, on this in this courage space, because like I said, I want to elevate in 2025. I've been doing things at a certain level. I've been improving and increasing, but at the same time, I know that there's more that I could do. And one of the things that I wanted to do was to be able to start diving into what others who are doing it better than me are actually doing. This is one of the ways where we identify where we might have gaps in our path. This is one of the ways where we see where we are relative to our strengths with others. And it isn't about comparison or isn't fully about competition. Really, what it is trying to understand the traits, the characteristics, and the aspects that are making certain people perform at a higher level, having greater levels of success with whatever it is their endeavor is. And for me, I understand my space, I understand my realm, I understand my business. And so, what it did was give me some insight on some of the things I really need to do. I had to dive deep into SEO, search engine optimization, to understand what keywords were critical for what I was looking to do. I had to understand some of how the messaging that they put forth and put out there is actually going. Hey, Ivy, how are you? I hope that you're good. I hope you're staying warm today. I was just getting on here doing a quick talk. recognize the scene, you know where I'm at. And so, one of the things that I'm up here talking about is just being resilient when things don't always go as planned. Here in Atlanta, we had a snow day. Took advantage of this snow day in order to do the right research, do a little digging, do a little um, strategizing for some of the things that I want to create in 2025. So, for those of you out there in TikTok, for those of you on YouTube, for those of you in IG, if you see this, think about how you're going to take advantage of those situations that might not have been the way that you thought they were going to be. All of them we can't do anything about. We can't do anything about, like I said, the fires that are going on in California. If you have anybody who is out there, who is displaced, who is looking for safety, looking to hope to persevere and be able to retain what they have and still have a quality of life that was similar to what they had before, by all means, pray for them and we hope for the best there. For other people, other places, look, I just wanted to say, I hope you take advantage of some of what you could do for the day. Like I said, this goes back to focusing on what you could control. I could control how I was going to use my time today, my thoughts today, and really take that step to move forward in the right direction for 2025. I already got my first quarter planned out pretty well. Got part of my second quarter already in mind, and overall, it's just one of these things where sometimes we need to take that moment and pause and do so. So with that said, like I said, I wasn't trying to be on here too long tonight. It's Friday night. I hope everybody is safe and sound and comfortable and warm if you're here in pretty much on the eastern half of the United States. I know it's cold and it's snow most places. But for those who are, somewhere where there is a couple of inches of snow or there is some precipitation or something that may be keeping you from having as comfortable of a day or lifestyle as you're used to, take advantage of this time. Be with the people who keep you warm, who you love, who are close to you. Relax, read a book, be able to do what you need to do to elevate and to lift yourself up, but also to take those next steps so you can make progress in 2025. If you don't have your goals laid out by now, look, that's okay. Go ahead and start tomorrow. Go ahead and start laying down what you want to do professionally. Don't worry about, you know, just staying in the status quo. We never need to be stagnant. We do need to continue to grow. We do need to continue to move. We do need to be able to look to do more things with ourselves. So I want to wish everybody a great night. Like I said, this isn't going to be too long. I want to talk about this one thing, being resilient, and my perspective on how people can deal with what they're coping with right now. For those who are dealing with the natural disasters that's out there, look, thoughts and prayers, go ahead and do what you have to do to get to safety. Safety is first and foremost. For those of us who are, just, living life, maintaining, doing what we need to do, that's great. But also take advantage and focus on what you can control in order to take the strides to elevate in the new year. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope that this Friday night goes well. I hope that the rest of the weekend is good. You might see me back on here again Sunday or so, but be blessed, take care, and have a great weekend. And if you got any questions, feel free to holler at me at any point in time. My place, Reborn Resilient. You guys know my story. If you don't, check me out. And like I said, my whole goal is to be able to touch, motivate, inspire, and give people some of the solutions that they need to overcome the problems that are holding them stagnant and paralyzed in their life. Everybody take care, be blessed, have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon.